You're watching America's healthiest TV show, Health Corner, with host Joan Lunden, plus Chef MD Dr. John Puma, and fitness with Kathy Smith. Today on Health Corner,
he helped make the miracle on ice happen. Today, Jim Craig faces another foe. Cultural observer and best-selling author Gail Sheehy changing the way women look at their lives.
Today on Chef MD, I'm putting some spice in your life with a cancer-fighting condiment you probably already have on your shelf.
Health Corner is a sponsored program brought to you by Walgreens. There's a way to stay well. Now from our studios in New York.
Hi, I'm Joan Lunden and welcome to Health Corner. It's February and matters of the heart are on everyone's mind. That's because it's American Heart Month and also the time that we celebrate love on Valentine's Day. First up, the goalie for the United States hockey team in 1980, Jim Craig, faced one of the toughest foes playing against the Soviet Union. Today, Jim and his family face different adversaries, heart and vascular disease, but they strive for the same outcome, victory. Here's Health Corner correspondent Sarah Welch.
It's one of the most memorable sports victories of all time. 1980, Team USA upsets the Soviets and goes on to win the Olympic gold.
You don't get to do things in life without having great mentors, without making great personal sacrifices.
Goalie Jim Craig saw that early on in his parents. His mother died of cancer before his Olympic dreams came true.
She made me make a promise that, no matter what happened professionally or with us financially, that I would make a commitment to represent our country. When I was looking in the stands for my dad, I was just remembering all the great sacrifices that my mother made.
With crowds, he also shares the stories of his team's commitment, led by legendary coach Herb Brooks.
Any time that people make a commitment to solve a problem, and they do it collectively, and they work as individuals to create this dream to solve an issue, then great things happen.
Jim Craig knows the importance of searching out the right doctors because heart disease and vascular trouble run in his family. His father survived a heart attack when he was 40 and then later died from a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm. His brother Don had 6 blockages repaired.
I remember telling my brother Don when he was going in for open heart surgery, I talked to the doctor and say, Jimmy, this is kind of routine. And you think of how is open heart surgery routine? But they've come so far.
Unlike his father, surgery gave Craig's brother a second chance. Jim Craig now travels around the country as a spokesperson for a national campaign called the Ultimate Save, with SAVE standing for Screening for Abdominal Aortic Aneurysms Very Efficiently. Craig encourages people to get screened for the condition, commonly known as a AAA, and to make their health a priority.
It's really a rewarding thing to go around and be asked to come here today to help out just one person to get a checkup, just one person that can save their own life or one they love.
For the player who helped defeat the Soviets in that historic win, healthy living is like striving for gold. It's about making a commitment and having vision, the way Jim Craig's family, his coach, and teammates did, the way doctors and researchers dedicate themselves to preventing both heart and vascular disease.
Life is truly about your legacy. It's not how much money you make. It's truly what people think of you and what kind of legacy you left behind.
For people with a family history of vascular disease, there is a simple ultrasound treatment to detect it. As for heart disease, the keys to warding it off: annual checkups, a healthy diet, and regular exercise. Joan, back to you.
Great advice, Sarah, and thanks to Jim Craig for sharing his story. To learn more about heart and vascular disease, visit the Health Corner website. We've got links to the American Heart Association and many other resources. Now, you've given tons of chocolates as gifts, and you've probably received acres of flowers. You want something really memorable for Valentine's Day? Here's parenting expert Jill Repp with some good ideas.
Thanks, Joan. When your kids are trying to find that perfect Valentine's Day gift, don't forget about photos. There are endless options for kids of all ages to put their heart and creativity on display. Young children can pick out a favorite photo and help decorate a frame or create a homemade card. Find a fun magnet frame and insert a special photo to stick on the fridge. These easy, inexpensive projects will delight both the recipient and your little gift giver. Older children will enjoy sorting through pictures to create a special keepsake. For less than $10, they can choose a variety of 4x6 photos and personalize a simple photo album for a gift that stands out. For computer-savvy kids, and what kids aren't these days, a digital keychain is a fun project. Just have them download their favorites for a portable photo gallery. And for teens wanting a more polished present, there are several online services that offer personalized gifts like mugs, scrapbook pages, and posters. Teaching your kids how to select meaningful presents is a gift that keeps giving, and it's more fun than a last-minute dash through the store. For Health Corner, I'm Jill Rupp.
Thank you, Jill. Coming up, my interview with Gail Sheehy on changing the way women look at their lives.
Walgreens invites you to stay well this new year. With the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention saying that vaccination is still your best protection, Walgreens and Take Care clinics now offer H1N1 flu vaccinations every day at our more than 7,000 locations nationwide for just $18. So stop in today. Walgreens, there's a way to stay well.
Does anybody have an SUV? You're getting a ticket.
How to get your coffee in 5 minutes. How to fight cancer in 5 minutes. Just log on to cancer.org/greatamericans and answer a few questions. You'll get the information you need to help reduce your cancer risk. This is the American Cancer Society.
Welcome back to Health Corner. I'm Joan Lunden. Chef MD Dr. John Puma has a romantically spicy dish for two today. What's the secret sauce, John?
Many Hispanic salsas, and salsa just means sauce, contain tomatoes and chilies and onion and lime juice and garlic. Imagine if all sauces were made of vegetables instead of butter and flour. All of these ingredients are good for you on their own, but when you combine them, you've got a dance of flavors that can help you fight heart disease and diabetes. Most salsas, those without added sugars or fats, have only 4 or 5 calories per tablespoon. So, if you're trying to lose weight and you're craving big flavor, try more home cooking with more salsa in your dishes. Actually, cooking salsa instead of salsa fresca can make it even better. It's the food is medicine ingredient that provides a caliente kick in my Chef MD approved black bean and avocado omelet for 2.
Whoa, cha-cha-cha. Sounds delicious, though. Dr. John will be back in just a few minutes to make his Chef MD approved omelet. Get that recipe and many more when you visit the Health Corner website. Just click on Healthy Recipes and you can sign up for free weekly emails. All right, now, stroke is the 3rd leading cause of death in America and a leading cause of adult disability. Fortunately, with the loving support of a dedicated caregiver, life is better for thousands of people recovering from a stroke. Here's our story.
My name is Jerry Harrison, and this is my husband, Dan. He had a stroke on Mother's Day of 2007.
I told Jerry that, something just doesn't feel right. And strangely enough, I said, I think I need to go to the hospital.
He went in on May 11th, and we didn't get out until the end of June. So it was like every day was something new, and it's like, are we going to ever get through this? And is it ever going to be normal again?
But it sure wasn't easy in the beginning. I mean, it's just an up and down road.
There's some medications that interfere with others, and his moods go up and down. For a while, he was going through a time where he was really depressed and crying.
I'm doing great. I'm even driving. I make wooden boxes, and I'm actually doing some of that again, which is just great for me. It's like something I needed to do.
And I just say, don't try to do it on your own, because it's life-shattering. You don't know what's going to happen day to day, and you need someone to vent to when you get angry or you just feel like crying, even if they don't say a word.
I've learned that you can be real negative about stuff or you can not be, and I choose not to be.
It's getting more normal, and I think it's going to be a while, and I know that, but at least he's here, and at least he's happy now.
Studies show aspirin helps prevent recurrence of heart attacks and stroke. So, who should be taking a low-dose aspirin? Let's learn more now from our Walgreens pharmacist, John Jenkins. Hi, John.
Hello, Joan. Good to be with you. You know, clinical trials indicate that aspirin, because it interferes with your blood's clotting action, helps prevent the recurrence of heart attacks, strokes, and angina-related chest pain.
So who should be taking low-dose aspirin regularly?
People with documented coronary artery disease lower their risk of heart attack by taking low-dose aspirin. Anyone who has had a heart attack, unstable angina, bypass surgery, or ischemic stroke, which is the kind caused by a blood clot, could also benefit from taking aspirin regularly. Now, something I need to stress, Joan. It's really important that aspirin therapy should not be initiated without talking to your physician first, especially for people taking antiplatelet medication like Plavix.
That's so important, John. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Joan. We have much more about this important topic on our website, healthcornertv.com.
All right, and of course always talk to your doctor before deciding whether a low-dose aspirin regimen is right for you or someone you love. One of the many factors contributing to heart disease is stress. So what's an effective way to lower it? Exercise, of course. Here's our fitness guru, Kathy Smith, with more. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Joan. You know, stress is bad for your body no matter what, and it can be especially tough on your heart. Think about it. If you're under stress, your blood pressure goes up, you may overeat, you may skip your exercise routine. But exercise is the one thing you want to do when you're under stress. Exercise reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and then it increases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that can give you a natural high. Exercise, especially high-energy exercise like kickboxing or martial arts, is a great way to release the frustration and anger that sometimes comes from stress. Just getting out of your workplace or home, or wherever the tension is a great stress reliever. Whether it's a walk or run outside, or a workout at a gym, the change of scenery will help distract you and take your mind off your problems. And finally, research shows that exercise may actually help your body deal better with stress. So by exercising now, you become less affected by stress later. So help your heart and lower your stress with exercise. I'm Kathy Smith, and here's to your health.
Looking for the secret to losing weight and keeping it off? Find out how at kathysmith.com.
It's getting hot in the kitchen today. I'll rev up your taste buds and metabolism with fiery chilies and cool them with soft avocado.
Plus Gail Sheehy on shifting women's roles and so much more. Stay with us.
What does hope look like? Sometimes it's a hug or a laugh, and sometimes it's a future without worry. But most of all, hope looks like these children and me, who live with type 1 diabetes. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation continues to accelerate the crucial research that represents the real hope for a cure for millions of children and adults. Their hope is boundless, and with your help, we'll find a cure.
Next week on Health Corner.
We can dramatically change our bodies and our health by changing our attitude.
15 years after his #1 bestseller, Dr. Deepak Chopra revisits the forgotten miracle.
A New Orleans favorite that will jazz up your weight loss efforts and keep your energy flowing. Enjoy my mouth-watering, Chef-and-D approved red beans and rice.
All that and so much more Sunday, airing on Lifetime. Welcome back to Health Corner. Gail Sheehy is the author of 15 books, including a biography of Hillary Clinton. She is a keen observer of shifting women's roles over the past 2 decades. And she has a lot to say about our futures. Here's my recent conversation with Gail.
Gail, it was 1976.
over 30 years ago that you came out with Passages, and you know, every now and then a book comes along that has such a tremendous impact. It's like, who hasn't read it? Why do you think that that had such a huge impact on people, on our society?
I think one reason, Joan, was that up until then, there was only one life cycle. It was the male life cycle. And we, as women, had to try to follow that, which was impossible because we couldn't give up having children until we were 40 because we didn't have the reproductive revolution. So we couldn't follow that career path. And we didn't want to.
You know, it's so, when you think about it, it's so completely different than men, because then men go on that absolute self-prescribed route. Have those stages that were so finely laid out for us, have they changed? Have almost like the earth changes as all these forces have come about?
Women take longer now. It's much more common not to marry until the early 30s, not to have a child until mid-30s, and even much later. We have to do more in middle life than we ever have before. But you know what? We're much better at it in middle life. You know, we know much better how to multitask emotional tasks as well as you know, work tasks.
What do you hope that we all say to our daughters so that they realize how far we've come in 30 years since you wrote Passages?
We just have to keep on saying to them, you know, whatever you like to do or think you might be good at, try it. As bizarre as it is, you know, be a pilot. You may want to be a medic. You might want to go to medical school and become an Air Force medical pilot. You know, now women can do things in the military, all kinds of jobs in the military that aren't just frontline artillery, that are exciting and wonderful jobs.
What do you think is the biggest myth about women that just won't go away?
That we're too emotional, and we can't, you know, hold up our end when chaos comes down the line. And actually, women, I think, have a 360-degree brain power. Our brains are actually formed so that we can see all the way around. So I think when you understand that women have this 360-degree capacity to understand and intuit what's going on around them, women are extremely valuable in making quick and accurate calculations about how to handle emergency situations now.
What do you think women should be the most proud of in looking at our development over the past 2 decades that we can really examine?
Well, this may sound odd, but I have to say, I am so proud of how great women look in their 50s and 60s and 70s, and women who are doing things in the world. You know, they still look terrific and they care about looking good, and that's good. And yet they're in leadership roles, they're in, you know, brilliant artistic roles, entertainment roles, helping roles, and political roles, but they still manage to look great.
That's because we're learning to take care of ourselves and stay engaged in life.
Engaged in life, and we learn about health because we have to for our families, and we apply it to ourselves.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, Gail. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joan.
Thanks again to Gail for sharing her insights. Visit the Health Corner website, where we've got a link to her online community, the Seasoned Women's Network.
Making a secret escape to a luxurious spa is a wonderful way to celebrate your love for each other. But for many of us, it just isn't practical. So instead, give your loved ones something you both can enjoy at home. A spa gift basket for 2. First, indulge in a beautiful new robe that's soft and sensual. Next, set the mood by lighting a lovely candle, providing a soft glow and a wonderful aromatic scent. Next, get steamy. Turn up the heat and the hot water. Steam helps open pores and rejuvenate skin. Use a botanical scrub to gently remove unwanted buildup on your skin and reveal fresh, younger, more radiant skin. Look for products containing the finest organic ingredients. Close pores and tighten skin with a refreshing refiner, followed by a cool splash of water. It's okay to have a little fun. And don't forget to enjoy something deliciously decadent and good for you. How about fresh, ripe strawberries dipped in dark chocolate? When you make time for each other this Valentine's Day, you'll always have that certain something. For Health Corner, I'm Florida Perry Smith.
Which products are right for you? Ask your Walgreens Beauty Advisor for help. They have the knowledge and expertise you need to look and feel your best.
In today's safety segment, we're talking about your family tree and how you can discover health problems like heart disease by knowing what runs in your family. For adults who've been diagnosed with heart disease, studies show that their families have a 2 to 5 times greater risk of having heart disease. So, how can you find out if your family may be at risk? It's easy. Make your own family medical tree. The U.S. Surgeon General has a free online service. Start by adding what you already know about your family's health history. Then fill in the gaps by talking to relatives about heart disease and other chronic illnesses in your family. If a close male relative experienced a heart attack or sudden death before age 55, it's considered a risk factor for heart disease. The same is true for female relatives under age 65. High blood pressure also tends to run in families. In fact, about 30% of cases are related to genetics. There's strong evidence that children with a family history of heart disease start showing symptoms early. About 10% of kids aged 12 to 19 already have high cholesterol. The good news is when you know your family may be at higher risk for heart disease, you can start making changes right away to lower your risk. Changes like diet and exercise, and making sure your family doctor knows about your medical tree. You can learn more about lowering your family's heart disease risk by visiting the Health Corner website. Now, let's check in with Megan Sinclair for a 20-something perspective. Hi, Megan.
What would we do without our girlfriends? They're there for you no matter what, and they know how to party. So why not have a Valentine's Day celebration for the single girls in your life? Show your friends how much you adore them with a heart-themed event. From candy conversation hearts to cute decorations, it's easy to make your place look festive while showing your affection. Have fun with the food. Serve a delicious but healthy salad that allows you and your gal pals to splurge on dessert. My favorite is chocolate fondue. Yum! Make it a sleepover and rock out with your inner child. Bring out your inner divas by giving each other fabulous makeovers. Make the night memorable with some mani-pedi stations. Or simply break out the board games for a giggly good time. There are lots of ways to show your best sweethearts you care while spending precious time together this Valentine's Day. For Health Corner, I'm Megan Sinclair.
Got some salsa in your cupboard? Forget the chips. I'll show you how to make a delicious dish for two. Stick around for Chef MD.
Pace yourself. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't ignore obvious signs. Stay hydrated at all times. Get plenty of fresh air and sunshine. And don't worry, lots of people live active lives with asthma.
Answers and advice to help you get well and stay well. Walgreens. There's a way to stay well. Learn more at walgreens.com/health.
Come on, Grandpa. Don't want to be late for the bus.
At Walgreens, we want everyone to stay well.
All right, let's roll.
That's why we launched the AARP Walgreens Wellness Tour. It brings millions of free health screenings, including glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, and bone density to people across the country.
How'd you do on your test, Grandpa?
Passed with flying colors.
Visit us online to find out when we'll be near you. Walgreens. There's a way to stay well.
Salsa perks up the flavor of all kinds of dishes, especially when you cook with it. Today, we're gonna jumpstart your morning with my Chef MD approved black bean and avocado omelet for two. You start by opening some omega-3 rich eggs that have omega-3 fatty acids in the yolk. Omega-3 rich eggs contain up to 7 times more omega-3 than regular chicken eggs. We're adding extra protein to what is already a high protein and low sodium omelet. We're going to take the salsa and a little bit of olive oil and saute it. The chilies and salsa contain capsaicin, which is a compound that lowers blood pressure and is actually used for a prescription medicine for pain relief. And then stir the eggs into the salsa. While that's setting, let me show you the rest of the easy ingredients in this omelet. We use black beans, wonderful high protein source. I just rinsed and drained these from a can. They're organic. A little bit of queso fresco, fresh, beautiful cheese. It's a light cheese, light in sodium, low in saturated fat. Some diced green onion and some avocado. I'm including the avocado not just because it's traditional, but because they're high in monounsaturated healthy fat. Fat that helps you absorb up to 5 times more carotenoids like lycopene from the tomatoes and 7 times more lutein from leafy greens, including green herbs like cilantro and epazote that are great in this omelet. Now we'll take the mixture and we'll put it down the center of the omelet. You can see the cheese is already melting from the heat of the omelet. There we go. A little salsa on the side, right over the top, and cilantro or epazote on top. Epazote is a terrific, no-calorie, very pungent herb. For the complete recipe, check out our website. And remember, the Fountain of Youth starts in the kitchen. Chantani, may you live 100 years. For Chef MD, I'm Dr. John Puma.
Are you using food as medicine? Learn how. Visit Chef MD online or follow Chef MD on Twitter and Facebook. The Fountain of Youth starts in the kitchen and online.
That's our show for today, all about matters of the heart. This is American Heart Month, and next week we'll have much more to share with you about preventing, treating, and overcoming heart disease. And visit the Health Corner website for exclusive video and much more. I'm Joan Lunden. Until next time, remember, there's a way to stay well.
Next week on Health Corner.
Heart disease starts in your 20s and can silently build up until you have a heart attack.
Cardiologist Dr. Jennifer Meares with what you need to know about heart disease.
I'll be giving you the skinny on what some people think of as a fattening dish, but mine curbs cravings and helps keep you satisfied.
Health Corner is a sponsored program brought to you by Walgreens.